Guys, we've spent 2.5 years getting planning permission and now we're selling. Let's go! The planning permission that we have obtained on this site is for 23 new build flats, part 6-storey, part 5-storey building. The house inside is stripped out. It really is ready for someone to come in and just start works. But the big question you guys will have is, why are we selling? What's up guys? Welcome to this week's video. Today we are at our Northwest London site and there's been a bit of an unexpected twist, so I thought I'd do a video on site to share some news with you. Let's go! Ta-da! So here we are. Now I know I told you guys the next time we film on site, this house behind me will have been demolished or in the process of being demolished. That obviously is not the case, and that is because I have some important news to share with you guys. We have made the decision to put this site on the market. We're selling, and I want to share the reasons why. So before I launch into why we're selling, I just wanted to update you guys on this site. Last time we filmed here, I think we were still waiting for the Section 106 agreement. So that has now been signed. It was signed 2 months ago. And the reason we didn't demolish the property was because we were waiting for the Section 106 agreement. And the reason we haven't demolished it now, after receiving the Section 106 agreement, is because it would be seen as a material start on site, which would trigger the SIL payment. And on a project like this, the SIL payment is big. So you're going to be paying that with finance, which would start incurring interest. So we've held off from doing that. The house inside is stripped out, so it's ready for any demolition contractor to just come in and bulldoze it down. The other thing you will have noticed is the windows are boarded up. That's because we did have some trouble with people getting inside and using the property. They are now long gone and we've secured the property from all sides, so there's no real way of getting inside. So the property is, properly secure now. And for the rest of the site, as you can see, it's a cleared plot. We've got hoarding all the way around. The utilities have been cut off from the property and they've been repositioned on the other side. So it really is ready for someone to come in and just start works. And also a point to note is that we worked very hard on the planning conditions to make sure that a lot of the conditions, the pre-commencement conditions, were pushed to above groundworks. This means that any new developer taking over the site is able to do a significant amount of work before they have to start discharging some of those other big conditions on the planning decision notice. So it means that you're able to get moving quicker on site. For those of you who don't know what the SIL payment is, it's one of the contributions that are made to the local authority. It's a community infrastructure levy. And on a site like this, because we're increasing the size of the building, the new building is like significant size compared to the existing building. We're creating new square footage. This means that there's a significant SIL payment on this site. And it's calculated like on a square meter rate. You can find that out on each local authority's website. So just to remind you guys, the planning permission that we have obtained on this site is for 23 new build flats. So it's a new build development and it's a part 6-storey, part 5-storey building. And that includes the lower ground floor as well. So it's well below the 18-meter threshold, which triggers the Building Safety Act rules. So that also helps to, speed up the process of getting into site. And it's designed by us, who are developers, meaning, it's designed with construction in mind. So everything lines up, everything stacks up, and we've tried to make it as easy as possible from a construction perspective. That being said, we are on a bit of a challenging site. It's no secret, I've mentioned this before, we're on a corner junction. There's a railway line to the rear. There's a bit of a level change as well. But we are in London here, and this is no different than most other tight urban sites. But the big question you guys will have is, why are we selling? It's crazy because right up until recently, the plan was to build it out. I mean, it's a great scheme. And yeah, we were gearing up, as you know, to start on site. But the whole planning process itself has taken so long. It's, about 2.5 years. The first time I filmed a video here was, I think it was June last year or July last year. And at that stage, we had been told by the council that they're going to recommend it for approval and it will go to committee. And then the committee date kept being changed and pushed back. So that delayed things by about 5 months. And then it went to committee in January this year. And since then, it's taken, about 5 months in the whole Section 106 process as well. Part of the reason is just that we are a bit exhausted by that whole process. It's taken a very long time. It's demotivated us to a certain extent. So yeah, that's one aspect of it, the planning. It's taken long. The second reason is, look, this site is in a JV partnership. So we've partnered with the landowner. Technically, we are landowners as well because we're all in the JV agreement. We own a share of this site. It's taken so long to get to this point that people's views and mindsets shift a bit. Other things come into play, other new opportunities come their way. Even for us, I've mentioned on previous videos, we are now focusing on a different kind of project. We like these quicker turnaround projects that we're seeing with PD opportunities. So that's kind of been our main focus. We also have 2 big projects that we're currently in the process of finishing up. So that's taking a lot of our time and effort. But yeah, things change, different opportunities come about. And when we looked at the program of this, it would take the best part of 2 years to build. And, hopefully there'd be some sales towards the end, off-plan sales that would go through, and then there'd be a period for sales afterwards as well. But we didn't want to tie ourselves into a project like this. We wanted to focus on some of the other ones that we had going on. So we made a commercial decision to put this site on the market and see what happens. Now, while filming this, the site is on the market. So we're not sure what we're going to do yet. It all depends on what offers come through. So there is a chance that we might still end up building this out. So yeah, you never know. Property development is always changing. You always have different strategies. JV partnerships can be tricky sometimes because these projects take years in the making. You've got the planning process, which takes a while, and then you've got the build process, and people move in different directions. But luckily for us, our relationship with our JV partner has been aligned throughout. But when we sat down and were about to pull the trigger on the lending, we we had like an honest chat, and we collectively made the decision, commercial decision, that we should, you know, put the site on the market and test it out and see what happens. And as I previously mentioned, a large part of that was the fact that it's just taken so long to get to this stage with the planning. Had we received planning in, let's say, a year and a half, things would have been different. We'd probably be on site already building, might have even been halfway through it by now. But yeah, you know, things change in that time period. So in the end, it was a commercial decision. Nothing wrong with the site or the project at all. Just purely a commercial decision. So while filming this, the site, as I mentioned, is currently on the market. So not sure when this video is going to be released, but for anyone interested in buying the site, it's currently listed with Savills and GLPG, and we are guiding it at offers in excess of 4,750,000, which we think is a fair price, and that leaves enough margin for a new developer to take this on and have some success with this site. And just to read some other important facts about the site, it's a 0.26 acre site located in a really nice neighborhood. You're very close to West Hampstead. And as I mentioned, planning has been granted for 23 brand new apartments. The total proposed GIA is approximately 2,040 square meters. That's 21,959 square foot. And the total proposed net internal area is approximately 1,632 square meters. That's 17,567 square foot. There's private and communal spaces in the proposed development. The Section 106 contributions are estimated at 189,000. The SIL is estimated at 665,530 pounds. And most importantly, recent valuations we've had on the proposed GDV on the site is coming in at around 17 million. So pretty decent GDV on this site. So for further information, anyone who's interested in the site, you can contact GLPG or Savills. So that's it, guys. An enormous amount of work has gone into this site, most of it in the planning process, but you know, time for us to move on. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you at the next one.